Confidence. You can't fake confidence, bro. I want us today to delve deep into what I mean by that when I say you can't fake confidence. Because as much as you can be the type of person that is false confident, it is easy for people outside to catch the non-confident traits, because it might be because you are going to constantly be checking back and making sure if you're still, you know. But as a confident person, you're so sure in yourself that it is unnecessary to keep checking, you know, seeking validation, right? So I want you to put yourself in a place where you understand each and every assignment that you take into your life, because as much as it could seem difficult to do so, you need to be able to be that person that you envision yourself as, right? Because I won't lie to you, there's no tips on how to become confident, or, in other words, pretend to be confident. But I can give you advice on how you can be, because it starts with putting yourself and doing the things that a confident person does, right? As much as you can view this as having a routine and having a perfect life, making your bed every day, I mean, there are people who walk carelessly through life and are they have this confident energy, you know. So I wouldn't want to say that having a routine and being the type of person that does certain things will make you confident. But then what I'm going to say is that each step that you take towards being the envisioned version of yourself will make you confident. Because as much as you might not want to, as much as you might not want to say it or agree to this, but we know what we are supposed to be doing in order to become that person, right? And it's the small things, and each box that you take throughout your day will make you confident tomorrow, because you need to be able to think and reflect on your day before you go to bed in a positive state of mind. Like, you need to be in a place where before you go to sleep you're happy about the small things that you've accomplished, whether it be speaking without stuttering, whether it be speaking without fidgeting, or being able to approach people. But then you need to encourage yourself at the end of each day that you did great, which is what is important, right? It is important that at the end of each day you even notice the small things that you have accomplished, because one mistake that people do is that they take for granted the small things and they want huge impacts instantly, in which, to be honest, the huge impact, in order to reach it, you need to start with the smaller things, right? Like a domino effect of like dominoes getting bigger eventually, right? It is important that you understand the small things that you did during your day, so that you're able to cope and become more confident tomorrow, so that the next day whenever you wake up you realize, oh, it's okay, yesterday I was able to do the small thing, that means I can do it 2 times today, and eventually 3 times, and eventually it becomes the person that you are without you even noticing that you were trying. But then it starts with you trying to be confident, right? Doing the small things, Like it is the tiniest things that make a difference, because it is important for us to notice how we move throughout the day. Like it is like, as much as we want to say that, at the end of the day you need to look back and reflect and see that you did things that a confident person would do. You need to also be in the moment during that day. Like, because what takes away our confidence in most cases is worrying, right? It is worrying about the time that we made a mistake, or the time that we couldn't, or the time you gave me. So it is not important to dwell on the past, but being present and making those small changes is what that's what makes the bigger picture great to look at, right? Because you can't fake it. You can't fake it. You need to be able to that. Like, you need to be confident by yourself before you're confident outside. Why is that? I mean, when you're by yourself and you're accomplishing the small goals and limiting yourself and creating discipline and becoming the person that you want the other, like the external people, the people outside to see, that is when it might seem like you're not really doing anything, but then you are, because the moment you have mastered being by yourself is the moment when you can't you can't make the small mistakes whenever you're outside, because you spend so much time working on yourself. I want you to be in a place where whenever you go in outside, you get validation from keeping to to the promises that you've made to yourself whenever you are indoors, right? Because we all know what we struggle with whenever we are alone, and the moment we master and fight those demons, that's when the other doors are unlocked. So it starts at home. Like, the confidence charity starts at home, for real. Like, you need to be able to be proud of the person that you are when no one else is looking. In order for people, whenever they look at you, they see that you're making the changes. Even if they don't see it literally that you're making the changes, but they will notice the change in who you are, right? And that is where you start to build it and to build the accomplishments, because when you are able to go outside and be proud of the accomplishments that you did indoors, when you are outside and you are in that moment, right? It's like you spend so much time indoors working on yourself that whenever you're outside, you cannot think of the previous thing you did when you're outside, but you're in such a moment that whenever you walk in through the life, right, outdoors, you are able to react to scenarios different without even being nervous, without even being anxious about whether you did the right thing or not. I think that it is important for us to adopt habits that we know that our ideal person needs to have, right? It's like the moment you can start being the person, right? Because we all know, bro, you can't say that there must be a shortcut towards the bigger goal that I want to achieve. Because believe it or not, the shortcut is the short steps that you take towards that goal. So how do we do that? How do we constantly grow and evolve and transcend? We do that when we accomplish the small goals and you notice them. Like you notice that during during my previous interaction with someone, my voice was how I wanted it to be whenever I was at home. Well, you see, like whenever you get at home and then you think about the person, you think about the past, and you kind of regret how high your pitch was. But then tomorrow when you go out and you are able to speak to a person in this voice that you ideally had, and then after that interaction, you're gonna be saying to yourself, "Wow, I actually accomplished that." So it's like you being able to accomplish the small goals that you set for yourself, right? You being able to keep yourself accountable for the small steps that you take. Because believe it or not, it is as easy as I might make it sound. It is very easy to accomplish those small goals. You need to be in a place where it is so easy for you to not be undisciplined, right? Like it is easy for you to say no to the things that you regret doing whenever you're home. Whenever you're outside, you need to be in a place where if someone offers you that puff of weed, you are able to say no, because you know that as much as you are a smoker, you still have the power to say no to certain things. Because that's the mistake you can make. We want to take shortcuts. Like you might be in a place where let's speak about this. Since we started it, let's speak about this thing about weed, right? You might be in a place where you understand that you don't like smoking weed in front of people because this is your personal weapon that you use for certain reasons. So you need to put yourself in a place where whenever you're outside, you're able to deal with whatever's happening outside without it affecting or derailing your confidence and setting you back on your goals. But let's move past that. It is all the things that you feel like you should be doing or you should have done, but then you need to be in the moment you need to be present in the moment that you are doing the things that whenever you are not around, you feel like I should. So when you're in the moment, you need to be doing those things, because we all know that you shouldn't be. Like when you are about to say yes, you know that you should have said no. So just beat that first doubtful thought that comes through your head. Like beat it and be able to move past it and give yourself a smile. Because like okay, sometimes the mistake that we're doing is that after I said no, I felt like I've already beat the whole discipline journey, right? But then you say yes 5 minutes later, then it stops making a difference. Because as much as you said no first and you feel like you've accomplished, you still need to be able to count on your actions before you take a nap, before you go to sleep. You need to reflect and be like, oh my god, I really stayed away from that. And it doesn't have to be you gaslighting yourself and making yourself convinced that okay, I did say no and I did stop for 5 minutes and then I said yes later. You see, you keep on setting yourself back. You keep on setting yourself back and running away, like you keeping yourself away from this confidence that you desire. Because trust me, true confidence is when you are able to sleep completely happy about your day. Meaning that all the decisions that you took and that you didn't take, you are completely happy with. That is how you know that you are a confident person. You need to be able to be happy when you wake up knowing that yesterday you accomplished it. Because as much as you might not want to say it, but every day is a goal, every day is a game. You need to be playing the game to the best of your ability so that you beat the anxiety and the depression that may come to you. Protect your energy and protect your mind from feeling things like regret and doubt and lack of discipline. Just protect yourself And keep in mind that at the end of the day, as much as it might feel horrible now, but then before you go to bed, you're gonna thank yourself for the decisions that you took during the day.